Hello everyone and welcome to another fab Kanikapila Mondays live ukulele jam with me, Matt Stead. And if you hadn't guessed already, it's Beatles week. We're going to have a really special playthrough some of my favourite Beatles songs, teaching you how to play them kind of by ear as we always do, add in some solo parts and having loads and loads and loads of fun basically doing it, which is going to be fantastic. Beatle Kapila, baby. Yeah, totally, Tim. I love it, love it. Have you had any rain, Karen? Is it starting to calm down a bit? Hopefully. They've had some quite bad wildfires, haven't they, in Canada, so fingers crossed it gets better. Warm Austin. Fantastic. Thanks, Liam. Thank you. Thank you. I've been really nerding out on the Beatles these last few weeks, as you can probably tell. I just love their songwriting so much. Such an absolute joy to teach and to listen to as well. So I've been spinning the records as I've been playing. On that, if anyone's interested, there's another Beatles lesson on the website featuring a six-fingered Matthew. Strawberry Fields Forever. I've done a really lovely kind of chord melody introduction and then a nice strummed version of that, which hopefully you'll really enjoy. Yeah, from Oahu. Aloha, Tim. So that's available on the Beatles course, Strawberry Fields Forever, if you're interested. And I think there's like 15 or 16 lessons on there, and there's many more to come. So loads going on there. The other thing is keeping it Beatles-tastic. Our next live lesson, which is this coming Wednesday, we're going to be looking at Across the Universe, and I'm going to show you how to strum this, but I'm also going to teach you a really intricate but really pretty ukulele chord melody as well. So that's this Wednesday at 3:30. Remember, all of my live lessons and Kanikapila, in fact, are archived at the website mattsteadukulele.com. So if you ever missed out on something, don't panic. You can watch the replays whenever you like. They're all archived on the website. So next Monday, because we alternate between Kanikapila and Melodic Mondays, next Monday we'll have our next Melodic Monday, which we're going to look at a beautiful chord melody version of Moon River, which is going to be really lovely. So that's this coming Monday. And then we'll be back in another 2 weeks after that for another Kanikapila. So loads going on. Oh, thanks, Tim. Thank you. Really appreciate it. I'm trying to see if I can remember it off by heart. I came up with this nice kind of introduction to Strawberry Fields. It's got some beautiful kind of little... what's the last bit? There we go. I almost remembered it off by heart. It's just a penultimate chord that threw me. But yeah, isn't it cool? I love that intro. It's really sweet, isn't it? Once I've learnt that properly off by heart, I'm going to be performing that at Shriekfest, where I'll be appearing, if anyone's interested, in 11 days. It's up there somewhere. Not long now. I think there's still a very few tickets available if you're interested. So come and see that. Oh, morning everyone. Oh, I got some lovely people here in the comments. Absolutely fantastic. Karen's just saying my voice is out of sync with my mouth. It might just need a refresh. I think it's all right with the others. So could just be a refresh, Karen, on that one of your browser. Okay, now we've also got our ukulele cruise coming up in 207 days. Sounds like ages away, but it always goes really, really quickly. This is the one where we're sailing around the Caribbean, and I'm going to teach you ukulele at the same time with the brilliant, organised by the brilliant Donna Curtis and with help from her husband, Harry, who's here. And this one's going to be February 13th to 22nd. The reason I really wanted to mention it tonight is if anyone's interested in going, but they find they might not be able to afford the full cost, but you might want to share a room with somebody. There's a lovely fella who wants a roommate, basically, and it worked really, really well. We had Rebecca and David sharing last this year even, and it went really well. So if anyone's interested in coming on the cruise and you want to share the cost of a cabin, get in touch with Donna or Harry. Harry's here tonight. And they'll put you in touch with the right people. So do check that out. It's a really fantastic cruise. Honestly, it was just absolutely wonderful this year, and I can't wait to do it all over again. It's going to be loads of fun. Hi, Betsy B. Hi, everyone. Okay, right. Enough of me gabbing on. I'll talk some more if you've got any questions or anything on the break. But let's crack on and try a song, guys. Hi, Steve. Hope you're doing well. I'll just get rid of these tickers now I've mentioned them. Thanks, Harry, for your help with the tickers, mate. Harry designs these lovely countdowns for me. Okay, right, so first song we're going to look at is Let It Be. This is an interesting song, isn't it? Because it wasn't really ever meant for release the way it was. So this was part of the Get Back sessions, which was almost the last thing the Beatles did. Remember, with the famous rooftop concert. So they had the Get Back sessions where they were hoping to get back to their roots and play really straightforward songs in a live setting, and then end with some kind of somebody else had the retreat. Sorry guys, somebody else had. If you've got any sync problems, guys, I think if you just refresh your browser it should work, because I know I'm on the wrong microphone. That's what it is. Hang on. Okay, that should be a better sound as well, fingers crossed. So sorry guys, I was on the wrong microphone. That's probably what it is. Let me make sure all the others are muted. That should do it. Let me know if it doesn't. That should do it, guys. I was slightly on the wrong microphone, so yeah. Oh, and Mr. Fulton Raz, happy 26th birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Fantastic. We've also got a retreat ticket going if anyone's interested. And it does have a room available as well. I'll mention more of that on the break because I feel like I've been talking a lot and not playing. So okay, hopefully we sorted out that sound problem. So yeah, this one's from the album Let It Be, and this was their last ever released album after Abbey Road, but it was recorded before Abbey Road. And then if any of you have seen the documentary or you know your Beatles history, good, the voice is working better now. You'll know that Phil Spector got his hands on it and added strings and things that people didn't necessarily like. There's all sorts of history to this in the fascinating facts in the back if you're interested. Plus, it was also on the given its own single, Let It Be, which had the B-side, You Know My Name, Look Up My Number, You Know, which was a classic. So let's have a look at this beautiful song. It was recorded in the key of C, so we're in the original key, and it has some really, really beautiful but simple chord changes. It even has some mini versions of what we often call chord soloing. That's where we play a chord, but only for a beat or two before moving on to the next one. So for instance, we have this lovely section you'll see later that goes like this. Isn't that lovely? That was originally played on piano by Paul McCartney, which is really, really gorgeous. In terms of the basic chords, they're relatively straightforward, so much so that Oasis ripped them off at the start of Don't Look Back in Anger. No, they didn't. That was John Lennon's Imagine I'm Being Daft. Sorry, sometimes thoughts pop into my head and I say them without joking. Anyway, here's the chords, right? We've got a C chord to set us off, which is our one chord. And that kind of gives us a sense of setting off on a journey or a sense of resolution. Then we have the 5 chord, and if we just count up in the key of C, C, D, E, F, G, that's a G. That creates a little bit of tension. Then the 6 chord, which often precedes or follows the 5 chord, that's A minor. And then an F chord to finish off. Now I say that's a common chord combination. If you think of modern music, I won't hesitate no So it's used in so many pop songs. You might recognise it from that bit of Jason and Mraz. It's also used in a lot of Taylor Swift's and Ed Sheeran and all sorts. Hi Peter, hope you're doing well, mate. See you in not long now, is it? Not long to the retreat. So we have these chords, but we're going to play them kind of really nice and gentle, drawn out. In terms of strum pattern, for this one, we're going to keep it really simple with a down, 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 up. Remember, I like to think phonetically. Walk, 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 running, walk, 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 running, walk, 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 running. Okay. Each of these chords or boxes is one measure. Common time, so 4/4 timing. So that means the first part of the verse will sound like this. Okay, you can add a few more up strums if you want to thicken it up. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me. Then we go back to that one chord again for the resolution. Speaking words of wisdom, tension of the 5 chord. And then we have the first of these kind of mini chord solos, which I really love. We have the 4 chord, that's F played for 2 beats. 1, 2. Then what I want you to do is use your little finger for the C that follows it. And for the D minor 7, we just put down 3 fingers like a D minor over the top of that. And then we take it away. Okay, it'll look like this. Da, 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 da. Okay, and timing 2 beats of F. 1, 2, 1, 1, 1. Okay, does that make sense? Let's try a whole verse, guys. I'll stay on close cam just for a minute. Let me just get the words out. Oh no, I think I know this one off by heart. 1, 2, 3, 4. I find myself in times of trouble. Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be. Then we go again. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be. That Mother Mary that he speaks of, you'll find out in the fascinating facts, that was his actual mother, Mary McCartney, who sadly passed away when he was 14. John Lennon thought he was singing about the Virgin Mary, hence that kind of jokey. And here's Paul with Hark the Herald Angels Sing. But yeah, it's quite a beautiful song when you think of it in the context of Paul's mother. Now, Paul McCartney later on in the Beatles was using all sorts of sophisticated extended chords. That means that, say, instead of a normal F major, he might play an F major 7 or an F6. And instead of a normal D minor, he's playing here a D minor 7, as we saw. Now, what we can do to reflect the movement in the original chords is we can add 2 other types of F into this measure. So instead of just playing your normal F, which looks like this, and that'll be fine. If you struggle with these other 2, a normal F will be absolutely fine. But if you want a little bit more movement, you can play an F major 7 here. That's just any 2 fingers on the 5th fret, top 2 strings. It's a beautiful sounding chord, isn't it? And then we can play an F6, you can bar the 5th fret. And if you think about it cleverly, if we use these 2 fingers for the F major 7, we can add those 2 down and then pull back to the C. Okay. Another way I like to play this, which is entirely optional, is if you use your middle 2 fingers for this F major 7 like this. Then you can pull those back here, and if you put down a D minor 7 shape, that's also an F6. You know how open strings on your uke can be either C6 or A minor 7? Well, it's the same for this. A D minor 7 can also be thought of as an F6. And that's the way I like to play it. 2 beats of F major 7. 2 of F6. Okay, I'll show you that in context, and remember, don't sweat it. If that's too tricky, just play an F and that will sound lovely. And sometimes I mix it up just for a bit of fun. But that will look like this. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me. See that? Speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let's do another one. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Isn't that lovely? I love that even though these are relatively simple chords, I mean you can play an F instead of those fancy pants Fs, we've got so much movement going on in this song. It's really beautiful. You can tell it's kind of written on piano with those nice extended chords and the way the chords change so quickly. It's not really got a guitar sound to it, has it? It's got a kind of piano sound, which is really nice. Now, when we go to a new section in songs, we tend to start the new section with either the 4 chord, which in the key of C would be F, C, D, E, F, or we go to the relative minor, which is the 6 chord in the key, C, D minor, E minor, F, G, A minor in this case. And that's what we've got going on here. It just works really beautiful. It introduces a touch of melancholy and change, but it works so well because an A minor chord only has 1 note different to it than a normal C major. All right, which is really, really lovely. Yeah, it's those little kind of movements, Tim, that make a massive difference, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So what we're going to do is when we go to the chorus, we're going to start with an A minor chord. Now, what I was saying about the notes, if we think about the notes that make up a C chord, we have C, E, G. I've got a low G, but works with high G, and then another C. So C, E, and G. Okay. When we play an A minor chord, we've still got the C, we've still got the E, but this time we have 2 A's. So it's only 1 note different. If you replace those A's with G's, okay, we'd end up with a C major chord. So don't sweat it, but it's just interesting. That's why it works. It's very similar to a C chord. And if you have a look at the first two measures, notice we've got the G in the second measure, like in the verse as well. So we have A minor, let it be, let it, G chord, B. Then we want to go back to the 1 chord, but we're going to go to it via the 4 chord, which is really common. Let it be and let it be. There we go again. Whisper words of wisdom. Then we've got another one of these lovely little chord runs. F, C, D minor 7, C. Okay. If you struggle with that D minor 7, you could play a D minor. But I kind of like that. I kind of like that high C being in there, which is really nice. Let's try a chorus, guys. Oh, hi, Johnny. Hope you're doing well. It's very muggy here. Yeah, we've had fun. We had a massive thunderstorm yesterday. Okay, so 1, 2. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. Okay, you'll soon get used to that chord run. The more you do it, the more you'll hear it. And we have it in the verses as well, so you get the practice. Peter, if you're still there, I'll send you an email tomorrow because I'm desperately after a very good photographer, and I can think of one for a photo shoot for a magazine. If you're around, Peter, give us a shout in the next month or so. I'll email you about it tomorrow anyway. Okay, so then we've got our interludes, which are really, really, really beautiful. And we have an unusual chord in here. We have a B flat. The Beatles use this chord really, really often. It's called the flat 7, you see there, just below the speech bubble. but often it can be thought of as well as the fourth of the fourth. Again, if you're not interested in the theory, don't sweat this. I'll show you how to play it in a moment. But it's often used in chords. The 4 of the 4 just means if we count up to 4 in the key of C, C, D, E, F. The 4 chord in the key of C is F. And then 4 above F, F, G, A, B flat. B flat is 4 above that. So we call it the 4 of the 4. And it just adds a little bit of movement and works really nice between the C and the F in the next bit. So now Paul's getting super fancy pants, right? This bit should sound familiar. Because that's basically, well, it's exactly this bit up here, isn't it? F, C, D minor 7, C. But then he keeps the movement going by going to this F, this B flat chord here. You could play it like this. Okay. And then an F, G, and F. I'll show you what I mean. It will sound like this. Okay. That's the whole of this line. Okay. I'll do that slowly. F, C, D minor 7, C, B flat F, 1 beat of each, 2 beats of G, 2 of F, and C. Isn't that great? Da, 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 da. And then we're going to actually repeat that twice. Da, 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 da. I forgot to write that on the sheet, guys. So when we do the interlude, just repeat this line twice. It sounds really, really lovely. Now, if you struggle with that B flat, it's a difficult one, isn't it? This B flat chord where you've got to get all 3 fingers and we've got to do a mini bar. You can either bar the 1st fret. If you do, use the lower part of this finger and then try and get a nice circle. So just using the fingertips to put down the other 2 notes of the B flat like this. If you just want to play this B flat, which is perfectly normal and the same as this one in terms of the notes, make sure that this finger here is angled. Can you see how it's not straight like this? It's angled like this. That allows us then to reach over and up to this next one here and over and up to the next one. And if you can, try and keep this wrist nice and straight, 45-degree angle on the uke. If I was to drop my uke down here, it's almost impossible to do that without a really uncomfortable crook in my hand. So uke at a 45-degree angle. Try and angle those fingers like so. Okay. Yeah. And then remember, we've only got to do it for 1 beat. Okay. And then if we put the whole of that line together, nice and slowly. Sorry, I'll do that again, guys. I'll do that again a bit slower. 2, 3, 4. B flat F, G, F, and C. Okay, a little bit quicker. Fantastic. Isn't that cool? As I say, it's one of those songs which is just fantastic because even if you're just strumming and singing it, those lovely mini chord solos sound absolutely fantastic. Now, when we do the interlude, which is just like an instrumental basically in the middle of the song, I want you for tonight, just ignore that bottom line. See this bottom line here which starts with G and C. I want you to completely ignore that. It's my bad. And I just want you to play the verse a couple of times. I'm probably going to ask if you want to do a solo over this anyway. All right. So we're going to do, for the interlude, we're going to play the top line twice and then just play the verse. It'll sound really, really nice. Now, if you want to solo on this one, we're going to use the C major or A minor pentatonic. And in your scales reference sheets, you can download these for free. Links in the description. And on the Facebook page and whatnot. We're going to go to the C pentatonic. Where is it? I always forget to look at which page it's on. Did I go? I think I must have gone past it, mustn't I? Let me just go back. There it is, it was hiding. So the C major pentatonic, which is also the same as the A minor pentatonic because it's the relative minor. Now remember this trick, I've shown you this like a million times, but remember the trick. If you look at the A string, notice that all of the notes on the A string, we've got open A, then they correspond with the dots on your ukulele. 3rd fret, some ukes won't have a dot on the 3rd fret, others will. 5th fret, 7th fret, 10th fret, and you can even do 12th and the 15th way up here. Okay, so all of those are notes from the A minor and C major pentatonic scales. So that means you can hit any of those notes. Remember, you can also hit any note on the E string which has a dot, with the exception of the 7th fret. You can either avoid it or just move up to the 8th. And we can also play it down here with an open C, 2nd fret for D, open fret for E, 3rd fret for G, and open A, 3rd fret for C. So if you've never done it before, what I would suggest is just try playing through those notes on the A string in any combination. See if you can get some nice little kind of riffs and stuff going on there. If you've been doing it a while on Kanikapila, try branching out onto that E string a bit as well. It will sound really, really nice. That's going to come after the choruses at the bottom of the first half of the page there. I'll say when we get there anyway. So you could do, if I just get background track going, you could make it sound something like this. I'm always saying this, aren't I? It doesn't have to be complicated. Don't have to do a million notes a minute. Let's just see if I can get a backing track going. Here we go. Just hitting those dots. And you could even simplify that further. Just the dots on the A string now. Watch this. Thanks, Karen. So that was just literally just the dots on the A string. So there's a lot you can do with this solo. Have loads of fun with it. It's great. Just remember those dots on the A string and you'll be right as rain. Now I'm absolutely sweating buckets in here. It's gone really hot. And I can hear already my uke's gone out of tune. So just excuse me just a sec. Then we'll all be playing the same notes, right? Okay, should we give it a go then, guys? Now, in terms of the structure, it's relatively straightforward because we've only really got verses and choruses. So we have 2 verses, then a chorus, 2 verses, then 2 choruses. Then we've got that little interlude that we're just practicing. And then we've got chorus, 2 verses, chorus. So if you're not on a verse, you're on a chorus. If you're not on a chorus, you're on a verse. You'll soon get the hang of it. And I'll kind of talk you through it as we go as well. I'll say whether we're on a verse or a chorus. Should we give it a go, guys? I'll just bring up my lyrics over here and then we'll be ready to give it a try. Okay, get your ukes ready. Let's see if I can come up a little bit. Yeah, that'll be good. Okay. So let's just do one of these little kind of chord solos starting from the F, this bit. Okay, let's do one as a little intro. In fact, actually, let's just play the first line of this interlude as an intro. That'll be really nice. 2, 3, 4. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Another verse. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Here comes the chorus. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. Now another verse. When the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer, let it be. Another verse. For though they may be parted, there is still a chance that they will see. There will be an answer, let it be. Here's our chorus. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. Another chorus. Let it be, let it be, let it be, oh let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. Now our interlude. Ba, 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 ba. Same chords again. And now try a solo. Hit those pentatonic notes. Keep it going. One more. Another chorus. Let it be, let it be, let it be, oh let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. Another verse. When the night is cloudy, there is still a light that shines on me. Shine until tomorrow, let it be. Another verse. I wake up to the sound of music. Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Now do the choruses. Let it be, let it be, let it be, oh let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, oh let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. One more. Oh let it be, let it be, let it be, oh let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. Let's try that interlude to finish. Yeah, well done everyone. Let me know how you got on with that. That was loads of fun. I really enjoyed that. It's one of those ones where you can really sing your heart out, isn't it? Just absolutely brilliant. Hi Andre, glad you caught us. Fantastic. And Peter saying best solos ever. Well done everyone. Let me know if you had to go to a solo. Let me know also if you're brave enough to go to the E string on that solo, or even beyond that. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Let us know how you got on with that one. It's just such a joy to strum, that one, isn't it? Particularly with those little kind of chord solo bits. I think they just sound really, really lovely. Yay! That was fun. All-time favourite. Great stuff, great stuff. I just love the variety in the Beatles as well. It's brilliant, isn't it? Because you've got that kind of like melancholy piano song, and then like on the same album you've got kind of Maggie May, and it's interesting, all the Get Back stuff, isn't it? Has anyone watched the brilliant Peter Jackson film? I've actually watched it twice now. It's like, I think it's 7 hours, isn't it, in total, if you put it all together. It's still available on Disney Plus if anyone's interested. It's really, really good. Really gets into the nitty gritty of this album. As I say, originally they thought they were going to do some live sessions and then do a live concert, like a big finale concert in front of an audience, but they couldn't agree on it. So they ended up doing the concert on top of the EMI building, which was kind of really fascinating in its own way, right? Eventually getting switched off by the police, which was really interesting. And it ended up not getting released until after Abbey Road. Basically with Abbey Road, they all came together one more time. Yay, well done, Karen. They all came together one more time for one fantastic album. And oh, gosh, that B-side of Abbey Road is amazing, isn't it? With that amazing medley from Paul. Oh, fantastic. Thanks, Jenny. Hope you're feeling a lot better soon. I hope that continues to help. Let's have a look at another one then. So this one's completely different. If this was kind of a melancholic piano tune at the end of their career, this is something quite different. We've got Babies in Black. This was from this album, Beatles for Sale. This album gets a lot of criticism in the Beatles discography because basically this was 1964 and they'd been touring for a little while and they were getting quite tired. They'd been over to America by this point. And you can kind of see it. They look a bit knackered, don't they? Excuse the English word on the cover, which is interesting. This one they did gatefold as well. Isn't that beautiful, that sleeve? Which is interesting because even Rubber Soul and Revolver didn't get gatefold sleeve, but this one did. But yeah, they were quite tired from touring, and they'd released Hard Day's Night, which is literally all originals. There's not a single cover on it. Mostly John Lennon songs with a few from Paul McCartney as well, and obviously they worked together as well. Whereas this one, you've got a few covers, such as Rock and Roll Music, Mr. Moonlight, Kansas City, Hey Hey Hey. But actually, I think it's a great album. I mean, it's got No Reply, which is one of my favourite Beatles songs of all time. I'm a Loser, an absolutely class song, that one. I'll Follow the Sun, beautiful bit of acoustic from Paul McCartney. So Words of Love. I mean, there's so many great songs on it, including this one, which is one of my favourites. And this one, oh, and it was also, if you're properly nerding out, it was also on an EP, Beatles for Sale #2. They kind of released these EPs as a cheaper way for people to get the tracks off the album, because they're a lot cheaper to print the little 45s than it was the full album. So this one's on Beatles for Sale #2 if you've got the EP collections as well. Now, this one was written for, or rather about, Stuart Sutcliffe, who was the bassist when the Beatles started off. Tragically died, I think, when he was only 21 from a brain hemorrhage. He was an artist, brilliant artist. And when they did the Hamburg tour, Stuart hung out with Astrid Kircher, and they call them the X's, the existentialists, who they always used to wear black, right? So this song's kind of a kind of an upbeat tune, but with sad lyrics, looking back at Astrid and basically kind of thinking about Stuart and looking back. And Astrid would have been the baby in black. That was Stuart's fiance, so they were engaged. But yeah, a bit of a tragic tale, but a lovely song. And this one's kind of really interesting because it's in 3/4 for a start, so it's waltz time. But it has an almost like a 12-bar blues quality to it. Let me just bring it up on screen and make sure it's the right size and everything. So it's basically based around the 1, 4 and 5 chords in the key of A. What do we mean by that? Well, we take our key, in this case A, and we literally just count up from 1. So our 1 chord, the one that feels at home and resolved, is an A major. Then we would count up from there, A, B, C sharp, D. So the 4 chord will be D, and then the 5 chord E, or in this case, they're being played as sevenths. The Beatles used to turn, a lot of their early songs, they used to turn major chords into sevenths to give it a more bluesy feel, which is really nice. So just look out for that, because the 5 chord is played as a seventh, but the 4 chord is played as a normal D there. Okay, so the reason I think that they use this kind of 3/4 time, I could be wrong about this is a complete guess. They did a lot of work with Tony Sheridan in the early days, and one of the earlier singles was My Bonnie Lies Over the Ocean, which was originally in 3/4 time. And the Beatles and Tony Sheridan's version starts in 3/4, then goes to 4/4. And they really loved that. So I think that's why they got this 3/4 kind of bluesy feel to it. Anyway, enough of that. It's probably nerding out. Let's have a look at the chords. So we've got an A major. That's our 1 chord. So that sets out our scene, right? Oh dear. Then we go to the 5 chord, which is being played as a 7th, so an E7. That creates tension. What can I do? Instead of going back to the 1 chord, then we go to the 4 chord for a change. Remember, I always call the 4 chord the change chord. Baby's in black. Back to the tension of the 5 chord. And I'm feeling blue, tell me, oh. 1 chord. Briefly to the 4 chord for change. What did I do? And then right at the end, we've got another E7. Acting as a turnaround, okay? So you can think of it like this. 1, 5 for the tension, a bit of change with 4, back to 5, and 1, 4, 1. Turn around at the end. Oh dear, what can I do? Baby's in black. And I'm feeling blue, tell me, oh, what can I do? Okay. Now, in terms of the strumming, this one's relatively easy because we've got that 3/4 time. I like to keep things really simple with down, down, up, down, okay? Or down, down, up, down, up. I'll show you what I mean by that. Think of it phonetically is always better. Walk, walk, running, walk, walk, running, walk, walk, running, down, 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 up, down, 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 up. Or if you want it to sound a little bit busier with a little bit more movement, you could do walk, running, running, walk, running, running. That's really nice, isn't it? That's down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down. Give that a go and try a chorus with me. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. E7, D, E7, and A, and D, and A, E7, and again. I think it's a fantastic song. A lot of people think it's a cover because it's really got that kind of 50s doo-wop feel, hasn't it? Which is really nice. But I mean, that was a massive influence on the early ones. Oh, sorry, Indrani, I didn't get back to your finger picking for last one either. I'll have a think in just a second. Andre was born a few years too late to see him there live in Hamburg, but this is one of his favourites. Nice. I've not heard the Mona Lisa Twins version, actually, Andre. I'll look that up. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah. Wouldn't it have been amazing to have been on those early Beatles tours to Hamburg? I guess it would have been a pretty mad time. All that kind of Max Show, they used to shout, didn't they, the Beatles, kind of make a show, mad times. So that's the choruses. For this one, you could do a finger picking pattern, would sound really nice on this one, Indrani, and if anyone else is interested. Because it's 3/4 time, we can get a really nice waltz feel by doing this. I'm just going to move this a second. What you can do is just touch the G string with your thumb. I tend to pull my hand back over the sound hole so it doesn't clatter into the fingerboards here. Okay, so you're going to pick the G string once. I've got a low G, but this will work for high G as well. And then with these 3 fingers, you're just going to pull up twice on the C, E and A strings. Works for any waltz, because we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Isn't that lovely? Works really well with low G. So that would sound like this. Oh dear, what can I do? Baby's in black and I'm feeling blue. Tell me, oh, what can I do? Really effective, that, isn't it? So give that a try, perhaps. See if you can have a little bit of finger style on this one. I think that would be really, really nice. Okay, let's pop the sheets back up. Let's have a look at the verses next. Again, quite interesting, mostly based on the 12-bar blues again. Here we go. So notice we've got to do a lot of counting in this one for the verse, because that A major, the first chord, is counted for a whole 4 measures. So that means 4 lots of 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Then we would go to an A7, just that one finger. Now the reason that's working is an A7 chord is 5 above D, so it works really well going to the 4 chord, the D chord that follows. That's for 4 measures as well. Then we have the 1-5-1 resolution. 1, E7, 1. Okay, I'll put that together so you can see it. I'll just count the chords first time. Come in after 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. A. 2, 3, 4. A7 and D. 1, 2, 3, 4. A. E7 and A. Okay. With the words, that will sound something like this. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. She thinks of him, so she dresses in black, and though he'll never come back, she's dressed in black. Isn't that great? Really nice. Now we've got one extra part, and again this is really key to Kanikapila and starting to learn songs yourself by heart. Now you won't remember all of these off by heart straight away. Perhaps some of you will, but there's quite a lot going on. But if you can learn some of these tricks, we'll have a look at the first chord of the middle 8, a new section, and we go to the relative minor again. In any key, the relative minor is based on the 6th chord or the 6th scale degree. And in A minor, that's F sharp, A, B, C sharp, D, E, and F sharp. Okay, so if you're not sure which keys have sharps and flats in, you can always look in a reference book or you can Google it. But C has 2 sharps in. A, B, this one, C sharp, D, E, and this one, F sharp, okay? Actually, it has 3 because it has a G sharp as well before it goes back 3, but we're not going to play that one. All right. So that sixth chord is played as an F sharp, and it's a minor chord, so it's an F sharp minor. It's actually easy peasy lemon squeezy to do, because all you need to do is take a G7, which you all know, it's bread and butter chord, right? And just move it up towards your nose. Okay, that's that F sharp. It's lovely, isn't it? You could also add this finger down if you like, but works perfectly like this as well. Then we go to a B7. Again, a lot of people find this quite tricky, but just imagine an E minor chord moved up towards your nose like this. Isn't that lovely? So we get, oh, how long will it take? And then just a plain Jane D, till she, tension of 5 chord, sees the mistake. And then we go back to another chorus. Oh dear, what can I do? Baby's in black and I'm feeling blue. Tell me, oh, what can I do? Okay, really nice. Let's try one of those instrumentals going into a chorus. Let's give it a try. Come in after 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. Oh, how long will it take till she sees the mistake she has made? Till what can I do? Baby's in black and I'm feeling blue. Tell me, oh, what can I do? Okay, so that's relatively simple, isn't it? You've got it. Now the outro, we just go between D and A again. So we get D, sorry, G, I'm being daft. Or we could just end it on a normal chorus, that will work perfectly fine as well. So let's give it a go. Really, really simple in terms of the structure on this one, because again, it's similar parts all the way through. Chorus, verse, then we've got that lovely middle 8. The Beatles used to call their bridges middle 8s because they tended to be in the middle of a song and they have 8 measures, so hence middle 8. And we've got another chorus, another middle 8, chorus, an instrumental middle 8, and then another verse and a chorus. This one's a little bit awkward to solo over because it's in the key of A, and the A blues scale or the A major scales in the typical way we play them are quite high up the fretboard. I'll show you what I mean. I'll just bring on our scales reference just quickly, like so. Let's see if we can find the A major. Page 13. See, I actually learnt to check that time. Okay, so page 13 here. Now notice that if we do our normal shape that we use for A major, it starts really high up at the 9th fret. So if you want to do it up here, that's way up here at the 9th fret. You can kind of find the 10th fret because it has a gap or 2 in front of it, and it's on the C string. We go up 2, we go back to the 9th, 10th, 12th, 11th, sorry, 13th, I can't count. And then we go back again. Okay, up to and here. So that's our normal shape. And if we play it as a pentatonic, that'll be even simpler because we'll just do 9 to 11. Then we'll do 9 to 12 and 9 to 12. So you can just use that pentatonic. If you want though, you can use the A blues scale, which sounds really sweet on this one. Now you could keep it up there. It will look something like this then. It will go from 9 to 12, and then 10, 11, 12, and 10, 12. But there's another place you can play it lower down, which is a little bit more comfortable. I think we've got it in here. Let me see if I can find it. I'll bring it up and then I'll let you know what page it is in your sheets. Was it there? Was that? No, it's a pentatonic. C blues. There we go. So this is the another place you can think of it is actually just looking at these ones down here. Now this looks really complex, right? There's so much going on here, but perhaps a bit like we did earlier, just look at the notes on the A string and we can get a lovely A blues going up that A string. We've got an open A, 3rd fret for C, 5th fret, your next dot for D. Then we're going to fill in the gap in between with this lovely E flat note and then E here. Okay, so that's off 3, 5, 6, 7, and then we go up to 10, your next dot, and 12. Okay. Notice it's basically your A minor pentatonic, but with this extra note, which is the nice bluesy note. You can of course use any of the notes from these diagrams and you can play it all over. There's interesting places you can play this one. The reason we're using the blues is it has that really nice kind of gritty quality to it, which works really, really beautiful for this piece. So I think I did a backing track for this one. Let's have a listen. And I'll give you an example. If you really hammer those blues notes, it can sound really cool. Let me just see. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Do that again because I got completely lost. Sorry guys, I'll do that again. Here we go. Oh, hit play. I could also play it up there, but of course when we go up here we start to kind of, the frets get really close together and the sound quality isn't as good, so I would be tempted to concentrate down this spot, okay, and see if you can get a little bit of soloing going on this one, just for a little bit of fun. You don't have to, you can just strum the chords with me, that'll be absolutely fine as well. Okay, I'm going to do one more tune. Sorry guys, I've got a festival coming up, Shriek Fest, as I mentioned, in a couple of weeks. And I always like to change the strings on my uke a couple of weeks before a festival, because it gives them time to settle in. And I'd recommend it if you're playing yourselves to do the same thing, but it does mean they're a little bit all over the place tonight. Okay, I'll bring the lyrics up. Let's give this one a go. Here we go. All right, fantastic. And just enjoy it. Remember, if I'm not on a chorus, I'm on a verse. There's a couple of middle eights, but you'll soon pick it up. If I were you, if you have got these at home, just try and have both sheets open. It's the easiest way to follow this one. Okay. I had a little help from AI drawing these black and white pictures, and I've just realised that John Lennon looks a little bit more like Harry Potter, doesn't he? The first one there, he looks a little bit like Harry Potter. The others are pretty good. Right, okay, let's give it a try, guys. Here we go. So let's do one chorus as a little introduction as well. So we'll do this whole of the first chorus as an introduction. Here we go. Come in after 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. Then back to the top. Oh dear, what can I do? Baby's in black and I'm feeling blue. Tell me, oh, what can I do? First she thinks of him, and so she dresses in black, and though solo. Hit those major blues notes. Another verse. She thinks of him, and so she dresses in black, and though he'll never come back, she's dressed in black. One more chorus. Oh dear, what can I do? Baby's in black and I'm feeling blue. Tell me, oh, what can I do? Well done, guys. Oh, sorry, I hit a few random chords in there. I hope you don't mind. That was just a test to see if you're paying attention. Don't. Let me know how you got on with this one. It's such a cool song. I really love it. Kind of encapsulates that kind of doo-wop waltz time, which is really, really, really lovely. Just had a question in from Karen, who is just asking, speaking of strings and changing them 2 weeks before a festival, do you loosen them before you take your uke on a plane? I don't actually tend to loosen the strings at all. Thanks, Andre. I did get a few wrong. I don't tend to loosen strings on my ukulele. There's lots of debate about whether you should loosen ukulele strings when you're posting a ukulele or when you're travelling with it. The idea is by slackening off the strings, it takes the tension off the bridge, so it's less likely to pull it off if you have big temperature changes. But some of my luthier friends think it's actually a bad idea, because if you're constantly changing the tension of the strings, it actually makes it more likely that you're going to have a mishap with your bridge. So I just leave mine completely as they are, completely in standard tuning, and I'll take it on the plane like that. I've never had an issue. I also think if you keep them tuned up, you won't have so many issues when you get to the festival of it wanting to detune itself a little bit as well. So I just leave them. I just leave them as they are, to be honest, Karen, and I think you'd be absolutely fine. And you can always, if you find them going out of tune a bit as well before a festival, just give each uke a little tug. Not too far. That will help to pre-stretch it as well. And I used to change my ukulele strings about every 6 months, but I've got a bit lazy with it. I tend to do it once a year now, which is like, I know it's quite a long time, but I do rotate between sort of 6 or 7 ukes generally, so they're not all getting totally hammered in terms of play. That's interesting that Air Canada say to do that. Yeah, I don't know. I know guitarists often do it, but I've never had an issue. I don't think string tension's high enough on a uke for it to create that many problems, but I could be wrong. But that's certainly, I've gone to Hawaii with that as well, Karen, so that's gone through multiple kind of time zones and temperatures and humidities and all sorts. So yeah, but I do keep them in a hard case just to keep them safe as well when I travel. Okay, we actually, talking about that, for our next live lesson, we've got the next one coming up is another Beatles one. This Wednesday, do join me if you can, 3:30 this Wednesday, where we're doing Across the Universe. Going to teach you a beautiful fingerstyle version of that. But the one after that, I've had quite a lot of questions recently about developing your confidence with playing live and playing open mics. And since we're coming up to ukulele festival season, the live lesson after this one, I'm going to do a special Q&A all about performing and anxiety. I get terrible anxiety when I perform, even after all these years, but I've got some really good coping mechanisms that have helped me, and hopefully they'll help you as well. So we'll talk about that in the next live lesson, the one after next as well. So yeah, totally cool. Don't worry, Andrani, I did as well a little bit. I hit a couple of D's instead of E7s, but Hopefully no one noticed. Okay, let's have a look at our last Beatles song. We do have another song after that because we've got our People's Choice that you guys have voted for, and we're going to do a lovely Elton John song, and we're even going to break the rules for Kanikapila. We've got chord sheets with the chords for that one because it's so complex. But before we do, let's have a look at this one, The Word. Now this one's from my all-time favourite Beatles album, Rubber Soul. I just love Rubber Soul. It's got such a nice feeling to it, and a very, very cool cover, right? With the funny kind of distorted aspect. Rubber Soul was the album that Brian Wilson was really affected by. It was the first time he said that he'd heard an album that sounded as cohesive as it did. Like all the songs fit together as a beautiful collection rather than just some singles and a load of filler, which is kind of interesting. If you really nerd out on it, the version that Brian heard actually was the US version of Rubber Soul, which had 3 songs of Help on it, including I've Just Seen a Face. So the version Brian heard was slightly more folky, but the UK version is terrific as well. I mean, it's the classic, isn't it? Open drive your car. Look at that Norwegian Word, You Won't See Me, Nowhere Man, Think for Yourself, The Word. So many great songs. Absolutely brilliant record. This and Revolver, I think they just go together like almost like parts 1 and 2, and just absolutely brilliant. And this was a song that John Lennon wrote with a really nice message to it about needing more love in the world, basically. Hi Steve, hope you're doing well, mate. Hope you're doing well, and I'm going to see you soon. Whoop whoop. I'm looking forward to catching up with a lot of you at Street Fest. There's going to be loads and loads of fun. So the word was about kind of spreading some positivity about the word love, and that became a massive theme in John Lennon's later work. If you think about All You Need Is Love, and then some of his solo stuff like Imagine. This was where it all started. So it's a relatively simple song in terms of the core of the content and everything. What's unusual is the structure. We've kind of got those 12-bar blues again. If you notice, we've got 3 lots of 4 measures or 12 measures for 12-bar blues. And it starts the way you would often get a blues to start, where we start with the 1 chord, but this one's in the key of D. And instead of doing the D as a normal D, like the 1 chord normally would be, the Beatles often turned even a 1 chord into a 7. In fact, if you just play a D7, it kind of sounds Beatlesy. Isn't that mad that one chord can sound Beatlesy? So we're playing the 1 chord, but this time as a D7, which is really, really lovely. Yeah, well, I'm going to teach you some chucking in a minute, Karen. Yeah. That's a 1 chord. So the chorus, which is the main part of the song, we have the 1 chord. I'll show you some chucked versions of this in a minute. Going to the 4 chord, D, E, F sharp, G. And then back to the 1 chord. Okay. So that will sound something like this. D7, 2, 3, 4, G7, 1, 2, back to D7. Now in normal 12-bar blues, you'd expect this, the 5 chord, 4 chord, let me bring this up. So you'd expect the 5 chord going to the 4 chord, and then back to the 1 chord again, in this case D7. I'll do that again because it went a bit loopy there. Let me try that again. So normal 12-bar blues would be D7. This is as you'd expect. This is as you'd expect, G7. And then normal 12-bar blues, you'd expect the 5 to the 4 to the 1. Okay, that's kind of what you'd expect. But in the Beatles, they like to muck about things and do interesting things with musical forms. So instead of that A7, G7, back to 1, they use quite a poppy chord progression. We've got 4 and then 5, all within 1 measure. And then we have the 4 of the 4 again, or that flatted third, I should say. And then that takes you back to 1. So we get this nice. And then we're back to 1. So really unusual that they suddenly chuck these chords in, which is really, really great. Now you're going to play those beats on that bottom line. You can play the first chords for 2 beats each. I'll show you what I mean. So from the start of the chorus, it'll sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2. And then back to the 1. Okay? So if you think about it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice that each of those chords, the G, A, F, G, are just for 2 beats. So a little bit of interest going on there, which is really, really nice. Yeah, we're going to do some muting and some chucking on this one. Absolutely. Yeah, I prefer chording hand mutes as well, Tim. I think they sound more natural. That's what we're going to do here. Then in the refrain, we've got some really interesting chords. We've got the 1 chord followed by the flatted 7, followed by the flatted third. It's almost kind of giving it another blues feel, all these flatted notes, but really exotic sounding, which is really, really lovely. Okay, so that means we're going to play D for 4 beats, C for 4 beats, F for 4 beats, and G for 4 beats. Okay, so this is the bit, if you know the song, this is the refrain. In the beginning I misunderstood, but now I've got it, the word is good, spread the word. And we're back to the verses, which is great. Gosh, it sounds, sorry, I was just keeping one eye on the comments here, and it sounds absolutely mad, really, what's happening in Canada. I really hope you get a whole lot of rain. Perhaps we'll have to do a rain dance at the end of the Kanikapila tonight. I hope you manage to get some and it cools down a bit. Now, here's the fun bit. We need to kind of give this a groove, because the whole kind of feel of this is that lovely rhythm guitars played by George Harrison and John Lennon, which lock into this really, really cool groove. And there's only one of us on uke, and we're going to kind of lock in a particular way. We're going to have to do things slightly different to the way they play it, but we can replicate it in a really, really nice way. Let's just do this on a D7 chord, just so you can get used to it. Now, the hard thing about D7 chord is you've got to bar the whole of that 2nd fret, right? Like so. It works better. You can do a Hawaiian one, but this one works better for this song, okay? Now, the good thing about this D7 is to chuck it. All you need to do is take all of the tension out of both this finger and this finger. They're not leaving the strings. I'm not taking them away. I'm just releasing the tension, and that will give this sound. This sound, okay? There's your chuck. So when I squeeze, when I release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, okay? So that's our basic squeeze and chuck. Now, what we want to do now is to kind of create a little bit of rhythm with this. So what we're going to do, and we're going to do this incredibly slowly, we're going to hold down our D7 and we're going to do an up-down with a squeeze. Okay? So just literally just up and down. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take all the pressure off our fingers and we're going to chuck. So if I put that together, I get up, down, chuck. Okay. 2, 3, 4, up, down, chuck, 3, 4, up, down, chuck, 3, 4, up, down, chuck. Okay, you got it? Now all we need to do for the next bit is an up, down, up, chuck. Up, down, up, chuck. Up, down, up, chuck. Up, down, up, chuck. Now if you put that together, it'll sound like this. Up, down, chuck. Up, down, up, chuck. 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 The important thing here really is not to get obsessed with the up and downs. It's just to think about the chucks. They're going to be on beats 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then because we're going to have those chords in between, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We get this nice, which really hints at the sound that George Harrison used to get when he played rhythm as opposed to lead. We get this really nice kind of syncopated feel to it, which is really nice. If you find that too tricky, there's a cheat that you can do, which also sounds nice, especially when you're playing with others. And that's to just do a down strum chuck and then just do it again and again. Like that. Some interesting comments in the conversation about a Beatles song that people didn't know that well. This was an album track, so this was never released as a single. So unless you had all the albums, you might not have heard this one. And some of the US versions didn't include all the songs on the UK versions as well. So it's possible you had a version that didn't have this song. I'd have to check what's on the American one. But remember, I mean, the Beatles released 12 albums, plus they released loads of EPs and singles, some of the singles not featuring on the album. So there's a heck of a lot of songs out there. It's amazing, isn't it? Okay, back to that up, down, up chuck. Now, when we put that together, it takes a lot of practice, so you can do the simple version first. But when you put it together, can you see how you get this really cool kind of rhythm? Let me bring in the chords now so you can kind of get an idea of how that works. Here we go. Ba, 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 ba. Okay. So that will sound something like this. Oh, I need to get my words up. With the Harry Potter John and Lennon. Say the word and you'll be free. Say the word and be like me. Have you heard the word is love? Da, 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 da. Now when you get to this next bit, just strum down strums. So fine. I think I'll have to go lower. So fine, sunshine. It's a word, love. Okay, like that. I'll do a whole verse, a whole chorus so you can hear it. Say the word and you'll be free. Say the word and be like me. Say the word I'm thinking of. Have you heard the word is love? So fine, sunshine, it's a word, love. It's cool with that syncopation, right? Now, to have a kind of a bit of a change from that syncopation, when we go to the refrain, let's just strum these without chucks. So then we get this nice, in the beginning I misunderstood, but now I've got it, the word is good, spread the word and be like me. Do you see what I mean? Yeah, okay. Now, basically, that's it. We just have either that chorus, which is mostly that D7. Then we have the refrain, which has the nice D, C, F, G. And that's pretty much it. For the intro, we're just going to do D7 over and over. And then notice we have a long verse, then that little refrain, another long verse, then refrain, another long verse, then refrain, another long verse, and then the last refrain is instrumental. So it just means instead of now I know that I feel is right, we're just going to strum it instrumentally. Now, let's not worry about solos on this one. If you want to, if you're desperate to have a solo, it's such a short refrain and it's so cool with the chords that it doesn't really need one. But if you want to, you could try the D blues, which is this shape. It's the 2nd fret of the C string up to the 5th. Then we've got the 3, 4, 5 for that lovely blues note. And then 3, 5 on the A string. You can also, any blues scale, in fact, pretty much any scale, you can also hit the notes down here on the G string in exactly the same position. So you could do 2, 5, 2, 5, 3, 4, 5, 3, 5. I'll quite often get a little groove going on that G string and C string. I'll see if I think I did a backing track for this one. Let me check. Yeah, I did. So you could kind of get a groove going there. So you can really kind of get your groove on with this one if you want to. But you saw there with my backing track, it's such a short little refrain. I'm not sure it desperately is calling out for a solo. But just in case there's anyone that wants to do their best ever solo, you can have a go at this one. Yeah, you got it, Indrani. It's not played that often, but it's such a cool song. Right, let's give it a go. I can't quite sing this in the original key, but I'll give it my best. So if you know this one, sing along and do the backing vocals with me, because it's all about the 3-part harmony in the choruses. Okay, let's give it a go. Let's give it a try. Let's just roll a D7. Remember, if you get stuck on this chart, just strum normally, and then I'll give you a count in. 1, 2, 3. Say the word and you'll be free. Say the word and be like me. Say the word I'm thinking of. Have you heard the word is love? It's so fine, sunshine. It's a word love. In the beginning I misunderstood, but now I've got it. The word is good. Spread the word and you'll be free. Spread the word and be like me. Spread the word I'm thinking of. Have you heard the word is love? So fine, sunshine. It's a word love. Everywhere I go I hear it said, in the good and the bad books that I have read. Say the word and you'll be free. Say the word and be like me. Say the word I'm thinking of. Have you heard the word is love? So fine, sunshine. It's a word love. Now I know what I feel must be right. I'm here to show everybody the light. Give the word a chance to say that the word is just the way. It's the word I'm thinking of, and the only word is love. So fine, sunshine. It's a word love. It's right. It's the word love. Say the word love. Say the word love. Say the word love. Say the word love. There we go. That's a really tricky one to get your groove on, isn't it? And to sing along to. I think in a couple of places I lost my pitch there. So apologies if I did. But what a cool groovy song. And I mean, it just goes to show Revolver and Rubber Soul, they was like so ahead of their time, and just the kind of mixture of songs on those albums, just absolutely superb. The thing that I love about it, talking about rhythm and groove, is how tight the Beatles are on this album. Because they'd stopped touring and they were just concentrating on working in the studio, they were like really right on it with these songs. Absolutely fantastic stuff. So that's it in terms of our Beatles songs, but we're going to do one last song to finish off on tonight, and we're going to do something a little different to how we would normally. Now, with Kanikapila, what I tend to do is I tend to keep things relatively simple. I know sometimes I get carried away, which means that you can kind of learn the little progressions and start to learn them off by heart. You might not be able to do it on the night, but with some practice you can do it. But a long time ago, we did this song in our Elton John week, and it's just such a beautiful song. I really wanted to do it for you guys. The trouble is, it's incredibly complex in terms of some of the chords and everything and when they come in, because Bernie Taupin and Elton John, they used to really mess about with chord progressions and the scanning of the lyrics. They can be really tricky to do and sing. So that all goes as a big caveat, because this is a historic moment. For the first time in Kanikapila history, we've broken our own rules and we have created a chord sheet with the chords at the same time as the lyrics. The reason I generally avoid this is I really want you to start to learn off by heart. And when you have the chord sheets written out like this, you can start to identify the chord structure, because you can follow those Nashville numbers. Maybe that's not a good example because it's that one. You can follow Nashville numbers. So for instance there, you can quite clearly see that we go from the 1 chord to the 4 chord and back again. And then we have that repeated progression of 4, 5, flat 3, back to 5. So you kind of you get these really clear progressions. Sorry guys, just I'm done. Just had to make sure it's tuned up. Whereas here we've got all sorts, because the pre-chorus goes to a different key. We've got some really interesting complex chords going on here as well. So to make things simpler, thanks Carol. To make things simpler, we're just going to keep it really simple, and we're going to use the chord sheet with the lyrics and the chords together. Now, the chords are relatively straightforward in the verses. We've got some beautiful chords, in fact, mostly based in the key of C. Blue jean baby, LA lady, seamstress for the band. The only thing to watch out for in these opening sections is notice that the F on the second line, we have it played for a measure, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3 beats, 1, 2, 3, and then our G. Okay, so it's quite, so the verses will sound like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. See that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty eye, pirate smile. Here comes another one. You'll marry a music man. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hear that G on the 4? So quite tricky. This is just for fun, so if you miss it, don't sweat it. It's not a big deal. On the next section, we have some really beautiful chords that are actually relatively easy to play. The F, we all know. E minor 7, just think of an E7 without this finger. Or you can kind of think of it like a G without that one. Beautiful chord that is. Ballerina, A minor 7, fingers off. You must have seen her. D minor 7, we played it earlier. D minor with our little finger. Dancing in in the sands. Okay. Now she's in me, always with me. Tiny dancer in my hand. That bit's gorgeous. I love that bit. It's really beautiful. If you have a look at the end of the first verse, see that tiny dancer in my hand. This is cool, right? Because we got the C chord. It goes 5, 4, 3, 2, and then back to 1 at the start of the next interlude. So we're coming down for those diatonic chords, the natural chord in the key. G, F, E minor, D minor, and C. Isn't that cool? Bob Dylan uses a similar trick in Like a Rolling Stone, which is really, really nice. Now, if you want to, on the interludes, you can keep it simple and just strum C and F, which is just really nice and simple, really beautiful. If you want to, you can add a couple of extra notes. If you want to do that, what I'm doing is I'm going from the 3rd fret up to the 7 to 5. So, and then when I do the F, I'm adding my little finger to it like this. Hear that? It just kind of approximates a little bit what's going on the piano, which is really, really nice. The chorus is relatively simple as well. You'll be absolutely fine with that. There's nothing really unexpected in that one. Now, into the pre-chorus, we've got quite a tough set of chords because we've got this A flat, which is like, if you imagine an F chord, but you've taken it up and barred for F sharp, and you keep going up to G, and then G sharp, which is also A flat. You can play it that way. Oh, but it feels so real. And then down to the B flat like that. But if you find that really tricky, just take a G chord and just move it up a fret and just hit the bottom 3 strings. And that'll be absolutely fine. Then B flat. G minor looks like an F7 shape that's been moved down. And then C minor, just bottom 3 of the 3rd fret. If you panic, don't worry, because these chord shapes are on here as well, the toughest ones, all right, so you can see them. So see that A flat, you could just think of it as a G shape and play the bottom 3 strings, G shape on the 3rd fret, okay? Let's just bring that back again. And then we've got another A flat, B flat, B flat, and then a B diminished. That's the one that looks like this. Think of it like a G7 for your last 3 fingers with this note up here. And then you can take it away for G7. Okay. I like to slightly pulse these chords. Oh, how but it feels so real, lying here with no one near, only you, and you can hear me, and then run it about there. When I say softly, slowly, and then we're into the relief of the chorus. Hold me closer, tiny dancer. So on and so forth. So a heck of a lot going on there. But if you find that pre-chorus too hard, just skip it and just come in on the choruses and the verses. This is just for fun. We wanted to do this Elton John one a long time ago, and we finally got around to doing it. So we thought it'd just be nice to replicate it. So don't worry, don't see it as like a real tough challenge. Just do what you can with this one and enjoy it. It's a beautiful, beautiful song. It was written about Bernie Taupin's girlfriend, or wife actually, at the time. And she went on tour with him and Elton John and the band. And she kind of worked in the costume department. She looked after everyone's costumes, and she actually came up with some of the crazy Elton John costumes, you know, like the starry boots and the purple trousers and all that. Hence the line seamstress for the band. So it's kind of a romantic song about Bernie Taupin's wife. Sadly, though, they divorced many decades ago, so it didn't go that well in the end, which is kind of sad. The song was featured on the album, on the film Almost Famous by Cameron Crowe. There's a lovely scene where they all sing it together and it relieves all the tension in the band. It's quite cool. Anyway, let's have a go. Come on, let's go wild and just give it a try and just have some fun. I think I'm just going to keep this one up on screen. And in fact, if I make my screen bigger, I can probably read it actually. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just keep this on screen. Okay, thank you for everything tonight. I'm going to say thank you before I do this last one, but if you've enjoyed yourself, do check out the website, mattsteadukulele.com. You can sign up to all 10 courses that are on there and get all the sheets for the live lessons free, and video submissions and the app and all sorts of other stuff. It's £10 a month for silver membership, or £12 a month for gold membership, which gets you everything. You can even sign up to gold membership yearly and get it for the same price as silver. So special offer on. And if you're not sure, there's a free taster course on there as well. So go and check out all that stuff. And in the meantime, let's have loads of fun. Thanks for all your support. I'll stick around for 10 minutes at the end, just see if we've got any questions. Here we go. Let's do a bit of that to finish. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Blue jean baby, LA lady, seamstress for the band. Smile, you'll marry a music man, ballerina, you must have seen her dancing in the sand. Now she's in me, always with me, tiny dancer in my hand. Jesus freaks out in the street, handing tickets out for God, turning back, she just laughs. The boulevard is not that bad. Piano man, LA lady, seamstress for the band, pretty eye, pirate smile, married to music man, ballerina, you must have seen her dancing in the sands. Now she's in me, always with me, tiny dancer in my hands. Oh, but it feels so real, lying here with no one near, only you, and you can't hear me when I say softly, slowly, hold me closer, tiny dancer. Count the headlights on the highway. Lay me down in sheets of linen. You had a busy day today. One more, guys. Hold me closer, tiny dancer. Count the headlights on the highway. Lay me down in sheets of linen. You had a busy day today. Well done, everyone. Let me know how you got on with that. I'm sorry if it got a bit boomy and crazy because I was probably enjoying that a little bit too much. That's my absolute favourite Elton John song. That is. I just think it's really, really beautiful, and I love the melancholy lyrics. I just love everything about that, actually. You can read a little bit more about it in Karen's brilliant, fascinating facts in the back if you're interested, all about that song. And also there's some brilliant links to some videos in there as well. Plus you can read all about the Beatles ones as well, which is great. So yeah, fantastic. Oh, thanks, Andre. I hope your ears have coped with that. So oh, thanks, guys. You guys are so lovely. Love it, love it. The weird thing, right? The only thing that annoys me slightly about this song is the structure of it. Because if you look really closely, it's like half a song is the first half, and then the second half has nothing new. So they repeat all the same chords, all the same kind of inflections, and literally all the same lyrics as well. So I always think their songwriting, it's just so beautiful, but I always think the lyrics, they could have written a second verse or something, maybe a second pre-chorus, but it's great, right? So yeah. Don't worry, Joe, I chickened out and did the easy A flat as well, if it makes you feel any better. So you can always do that, but it's good to get the barred one working if you can. That's brilliant. So yeah. Thanks, Jenny. Great to hear it. Great to hear it. I don't know if you heard at the end, but there was a slamming door somewhere in our house. That might be my 12-year-old daughter getting a bit fed up at me singing at my top of my voice. I don't know. She'll be happy at the next Kanikapila because we're going to do some brilliant pop songs, which is really nice. Fran was asking, what did I add to the G in the chorus? I think I was just using a G suspended in the chorus. Let me just check that a second, just so that I can make sure that is what was happening. Thank you. Thanks, Tim. Thank you. Yeah, sometimes you just got to belt it out, haven't you, Indrani? Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes you just got to do it. I had a hint the other day where I spent the weekend putting up like an awning on our garden. So, because I've been putting a lot of work in the garden, putting in a new pond and stuff, and I kind of wanted to sit out there when it rained and when the sun's really fierce, so we put this awning out, and I was playing my guitar, I think it was last night or the night before, and I noticed our neighbours slamming their windows closed. But you know, everyone else plays loud music and stuff, and ukulele's not too bad. So, Fran, you found it already. Yeah, that's it. So it's just, I think it's a G sus4. So with a G, you can turn it into a G sus4 by adding your finger there. And you can also turn it into a G sus2 by taking this one off. So I think I was probably doing a G sus4. Hold me closer, tiny dancer. Count the headlights on the highway. Yeah, you've got it. Yeah, it was a G sus4. Okay, so you can do that in any songs. You could even add the G sus2. But it sounds really lovely with that one, doesn't it? If you ever hear me add an extra note, that's probably the most common one that I do. Yeah. The only trouble with it, Karen, is the Kanikapila nature by it. There's no way I could get you to play this by memory, is there? I couldn't do it by memory, so I'm not sure I could teach you guys to it. So we've broken our own rules here. Carol, an easy A flat. The best thing to do if you want an easy A flat is just to ignore the note on the G string. I'll show you what it looks like. So a full G flat will look like this, where we bar the whole of the 4th fret, like so. And then we put one finger here on the 5th fret of the E string and one finger up here. Okay, so it's an F shape, F sharp, G, G sharp or A flat. Okay, so 3rd fret, this one and this one. But if you prefer, if you don't touch the G string, because it will clash with the A flat note in it, if you just take this G and just play it up like this. Okay. And what I was doing, I was actually tapping, I was being a bit naughty and allowing my thumb to come over the top. I normally discourage it, but it works here. And just using it to mute the G string, and then I was just squeezing. Okay, I find it easier than. Okay, so it's just something you can experiment with. I'll use that quite often. It often resolves to a G. So yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I don't think they thought it at the time, but maybe maybe they'll get used to it. I was playing a really sweet song as well, Indrani. I've really got into a singer called Iris Dement who does it. She was really big in the kind of early 90s, and she did a lot of kind of bluegrassy folk type stuff. She has a beautiful song called Our Town, and I was singing that one. I think it was that one, just on guitar really quietly. But yeah, it wasn't even that late. I don't know. Doesn't matter, does it? It's all good. It's all good. So, just a reminder of things that are happening. I forgot to send a mail out on Friday. Normally I send a mail out every Friday, but I forgot this Friday. I only realised today. So just a reminder of what's happening. Next Monday we'll be back to our Melodic Mondays, where we're going to do pieces of melody with tablature, and we're going to learn a beautiful version of Moon River. I think you'll really love this this one. It's one of my favourite chord melodies I ever did, this one. And then, of course, back in the next week, we'll be back to Kanikapila Mondays. And we're going to do Women of Pop. I'm quite excited about this one. So we're going to do a Chapel Roan song, a Olivia Rodrigo song, a really beautiful one, actually, and a Sabrina Carpenter song, as well as our usual favourite People's Choice as well. So there we go. Mona Lisa Twins on YouTube with 33 great and lovely covers. Ah, nice. Oh, nice. Thanks, Andre. I'll check it out. Absolutely. I've been really naughty. I've been finishing my Beatles collection and buying those of vinyl recently. Every time I come back from a record shop or a record shop posts through the door, Sharon just rolls her eyes now. But yeah, I'm just loving it. Although she did bring me this T-shirt back from Liverpool as well. Sharon did. She works in local government. She had a conference on the docks in Liverpool, so I got her to go into the Beatles museum, into the shop there, and she bought me a few T-shirts, which was really kind, and a new mug. Which is good for tonight. Oh yes, if anyone's interested, we have some retreat tickets available. Thanks, Karen. I'm glad you reminded me. So there are, for the first time in a long time, there are some rooms available for our summer ukulele retreat, because sadly there's a few people that couldn't make it. I know there's definitely one available, but I think eventually there's going to be at least 3 rooms available. So if you're interested, get in touch. I know we've got Christian and Lorna who have tickets for sale. Plus Esther's kindly donated hers because she's not going to make it over. So if you're interested in coming to the summer retreat, it's the very last weekend of August, 29th to the 31st of August. It's the very last weekend of August. And we've got some amazing tutors. We've got Peter Luongo, Sam Muir, Grammy Award winning Jeff Peterson. And also we've got a special guest, Victoria Vox, coming to teach at this one, which is going to be absolutely fantastic. It's like a proper interstellar lineup, isn't it? And we've still got loads of tickets for our Christmas retreat. So if you fancy something a little bit cozier, we tend to keep it down below 40 for the winter retreat. So it's a bit more of a cozier, quieter affair, but really fun. And Santa Claus visited last year. I'm sure he will again. And we have loads of fun, roaring log fires, Christmas food, all the good stuff. And that is the 8th, I think it's the 8th to the 10th of December this year. Plenty of tickets available. Go on the website, just search on my website and go to the events, and that'll give you all the links that you need. So do check that out, and that's going to be lovely. I'm going to do a bit of teaching there. Plus we've got Christopher Davis Shannon teaching with us for the first time, which is going to be fantastic, and Phil Dolman as well, who is, you all know, is absolutely lovely and absolutely brilliant. Oh, Leslie, gutted. This was like a Leslie special tonight as well, of all the Beatles stuff, but don't worry, you can always catch up later on. Remember, we always have the replay as well, so yeah. Oh, no worries, Fran, no worries. It happens, doesn't it? It's always difficult to know what to do, and yeah, don't worry. There's always next year. Just whilst I've got you all as well, next year I've been trying to decide, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to try and run another retreat alongside the Festival of Great Britain, which will return next year. So if anyone's interested, next year we're probably going to have the 2 together. So if anyone's coming from the States or Canada or Australia or whatever, you can really make a big trip of it. So the retreat next year is, I think it's the 14th to the 16th of August, if I remember right. And we're looking at doing a retreat either the week before or afterwards, so stay tuned for that one. I'll be announcing that hopefully when we have the retreat this year, so keep an eye out for that as well. Don't forget, of course, we got the brilliant cruise. I actually had a dream about it last night. That's how much I love my time. It was a good dream. So I'm really, really looking forward to this. It's just such a nice event because you get to hang out with the other ukulele players. You make brilliant friends because we all sit together in the evenings for the meals and everything. It's just wonderful. We're going to have an open mic. We're going to have loads of lessons from me. Plus, you get to go to set sail from Florida and go to St. Kitts and Antigua, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic. I mean, what's not to like? It's going to be absolutely fantastic. There are still places available, so get in touch with Donna and book your place. It's going to be fantastic. And just in case you missed it at the start, there's a chap that's looking for a roommate. So if you want to save costs and share a cabin, get in touch with Donna and she'll put you in touch with him, so you can get stuck into that. Leslie's just saying, how about a great festival of New England? Well, maybe. Leslie, in all seriousness, at some point in the next couple of years, it might not be next year because we've got the big cruise, but in the next few years, I'm going to start looking into coming over to America more often. I was going through my statistics with Karen and then on my own later on the website as well. And it turns out that both in the Facebook group and on my subscription list, I have more US students than UK students. Isn't that mad? I don't know why, but I just do. So I'm gonna do some traveling at some point and get over to America. I really want to do it. So of course you can come and meet me in Florida and come and set sail and do the whole Caribbean with me next year. But perhaps a year after that we'll look at a nice meetup in the US. I think that would be fun, wouldn't it? Which would be great. And Canada as well. Yeah, Leslie's a bit. Karen's been trying to get me to Canada. I've never been, and as well as Karen, I've got some other friends in Canada as well. So it makes sense to come over. I'd really love to. So maybe we can make that happen. That would be really, really great. And for any of you UK peeps, just a reminder that in 11 days' time, I'm going to be at Shriekfest up in Shrewsbury. Again, you'll find the details on the events page for my website, so do look it up there, folks. And then lastly, just to remind you, this Wednesday we've got our next live lesson where we're doing another Beatles tune. I promise I'll go back to normal soon. It's not going to be all Beatles all the time, don't worry, but I'm just loving it so much at the moment. We'll do an across the universe ukulele tutorial, which will be fabulous. Yeah, totally, Karen. Perhaps we can do both. Perhaps we can arrange to do both. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Right, well, I'm going to love you and leave you. I'm going to get some tea. Have a wonderful, wonderful week if I don't see you. Do join me on Wednesday afternoon if you can. If you can't make it and you want to watch it back later, remember, just go to mattsteadukulele.com, click on the live, and they're all archived there. You can watch it as many times as you want. All of the live lessons and the Kanikapilas. Thank you as ever for all your support. Really massively appreciated. I was getting ready for Kanikapila today, getting all excited about the songs we're doing, and I do feel very, very honoured and humbled to be able to do what I do with you guys. So thank you for all your support. Much love. See you soon.